uploaded a video, and well, I stopped in the middle. I looked at the timer and it said that I was on there for an hour and 19 minutes, and I had just started and I was very confused. So I stopped it, and that wasn't true, but it's very weird. Deleted the video, and we're starting all over again. Hi, I am the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, guru, yogi, and messenger of God for a second helping on a Jupiter day. Jupiter. I'm going to go ahead and jump into this. I just did a big fat intro and there was no reason for it. What's going on? I got filled with all kinds of darkness and rage. I got filled with the Medusa and I didn't know what to do with it. I was supposed to go handle some business, and all of a sudden I just got enraged with the very thought of it. All I had to do was go out and move my car out to the airport, but I just, like, the very thought of it is pissing me off. I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to fucking do it. I don't want to fucking do it. So then my son's like, well, then don't do it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not fucking doing it. Why was I going to do it anyways? Well, because my friend moved his car, and I don't want my car to just sit there unattended. So in essence, I'm forcing myself to do something out of fear, instead of having trust and belief and figuring out what's going on with me. So I had an internal battle for about 15 minutes, and then I gave in. And I was like, well, let's just figure out what the fuck is going on with me. So that's what we're going to do. Where did the Medusa come from? I don't know. That's the only answer I got. As we're into the year of the serpent, you know what I mean? Why not become the serpent? I didn't see that coming. It's just, to be honest, I can't really tell you what it is. I can only tell you what it feels like. It's a whole bunch of rage. It's similar to the Lilith, but not as extreme. But it's definitely a burning fire of. In my post, I was going to post it, but I didn't. It's not hatred, but it's a darkness for sure that I'm unfamiliar with, and it's definitely directed at men. Which, you know, is just easy. I said 2 days ago, I'm ready for a love reading. The fuck you are. You man-eating, you man-hating bitch. I mean, it's just in me. I'm working on it. We're working on it. I really want to love you, in essence, until I want to kill you. Alright, guys, let's jump into it. As soon as I got started raging, I was guided to make some tea. I'm making pomegranate and raspberry tea. It's quite beautiful, to be honest. It tastes good. I'm going to pull out some oracles and some stuff and see what's going on. I'm just going to jump into whatever the shadow work is for tomorrow. It's already creeping on me today. I'm going to pull out a Kali card, and then maybe if there's some time, if I don't go off the deep end, we'll see what our spiritual growth is. But ultimately, we're going to see what the darkness is and how we spiritually grow through it. But sometimes all you can see is the darkness. I had my day just got better and better. I actually had some extra time, so I went to go sign the kids up for the kids clothing bank, and they're like, well, if you have time now, then let's do shopping. So the kids got brand new, you know, a week's worth of brand new stuff and new shoes and jackets and all that stuff. So that was really cool. It was really cool. I got to show you this. So some of the teams had donated and stuff. Now she's got one that she's keeping. She's definitely keeping the KC one. She's keeping the Chiefs one. But I am going to be a Seahawks fan for next year. Why? I don't know. I was so drawn to it that I even got my son a matching one to go with it. I got it for her. Look at this cute little half shirt. That's a hoodie, right? It's for the Seahawks. She got one. Where's yours? Where's the freaking KC one? I was like, look, Mel, you could have this for the... I got one for, I don't know, next season, this season. It's got white, so there's a good chance I won't make it till next season wearing white. But I thought it was beautiful. Got my son one too. Totally matching stuff. We got all kinds of free shit. Got totally hooked up. I have no reason to be in a bad mood. There's nothing wrong. Everything is right. But then all of a sudden I started feeling not all right. And I'm like, I got to lock myself down. I can't be going out like this. And that makes sense. You know what I mean? Medusa just wanted to hide in the cave and didn't want anyone to see her. And anybody that did see her would just turn to stone. And that's kind of where... Yeah. And that's kind of where I feel like right now. Why? I don't know. I don't know. It just came over me, so we're going to find some answers. Find some answers. It's like, oh, we have some work to be done. I was looking up some other stuff, too, that popped up. I was trying to find some answers. Before I got to Medusa, I was looking up the Morgan and her relationship to the Dagda. That was an intriguing relationship. What else did I get caught on? I got caught on Odin for a minute, and that was an interesting thing, and I feel like that's totally replaying. That's some shit. That's some shit. That's some shit. Who was I with Odin? Oh, Frigg, which was his concubine. He had Freya, but there was Frigg, and then there was also, you know what I mean, the spirit of the vulva. But the whole thing with Frigg was I went down I went down over some dwarfs. It's like, oh, this is playing out for sure. Alright, played out bullshit. And then ultimately, I'm like, where's my Lord of Destruction at this time? It's like, we're supposed to be destroying shit together. Anyways, we're going to look into the Black Moon Lilith. We're going to see what's blocking our light. There's actually an oracle spread in here that says it. I don't know, somewhere in there. There you go. I'm going to do this. I'm going to check the spread. What's your shadow? How's it blocking your light? How's it affecting others? The lead in the situation. How can you transmute it? And what is your gold? Okay. Okay. Try to keep up with me. I don't know. I'm like, try. I don't care. I'm very not caring right now. Current situation. Emotional clearing. Okay. Well, something's coming out. Are we ready to cry? Are you ready to die? Here we go. Here we go. Let's just jump into it. Let's get triggered by some bullshit. Or maybe not. Maybe it's just preparation and we'll go into it tomorrow and we'll remember what we learned today. Who knows? We might be going straight into this bullshit. After the ego has burned to ash, you are left with the raw, real, and challenging emotions around what has occurred. Well, this is usually a Saturday feeling. That's usually like what happens tomorrow. I don't know, an ego death. Something's going to come to your awareness that you need to change. You're gonna change the way you look, or you're gonna be shown a different way of life. You're gonna have to make some changes. After you do that, you know, that ego death, the next morning, this is what happens. This is like the feeling you have after your heart's been shattered into a million pieces by needing to say goodbye to someone who isn't healthy in your life, or feeling the fear around money and taking care of yourself after you left that cushy yet miserable job in favor of pursuing your passion. I told you, once you make the decision, you're filled with so much postpartum depression is the best way to describe it. You've literally let go of a part of yourself and you're in a dark place. The universe is requiring you to sit with the inks and unpredictability when you pull this card in your reading. And that's what happens is you make the decision, but it doesn't happen immediately. And that's what I've shown you a lot, is you can wrap your head around it and you can wrap your heart around it, but your body is going to take your time for your body to actually accept this into its being. Sometimes you can't wrap your head around it. Sometimes you can't wrap your heart around it. It's hard. The integrating of a new belief system, of a new way of living is very difficult. But once you've taken the action, what comes afterwards is a sense of depression. And that's Saturday. That's where you've pushed yourself to your limits, and now you're in a sense of grief. You're saddened by you know what I mean, by your bravery. It's like there's a huge high. No, it's a huge downer. The whole thing is a huge downer. You don't feel high about it until Tuesday when your strength comes back and you're proud of yourself for what you've put yourself through. But the rest of the time, you're blaming yourself because you know you've done this, that you took action and this might not have been the best action. And you start questioning yourself and you start beating yourself up because now you fucked shit up. Happens knowingly and unknowingly. You could make an easy mistake on a Friday night, end up doing cocaine, sleeping with somebody, wasting your paycheck, who knows. And then you're going to wake up on a Saturday blaming yourself. It can happen either way. It can happen by your hand or by no hand at all. But that's the hand you're dealt, is you just blame yourself. You have to go through that. You really do. And that's what this card is stating. So again, earlier I prepared you for the Friday. Now we're preparing you for the Saturday. The universe is requiring you to sit in the inks and the unpredictability when you pull this card in a reading. Processing, purging, and working through your emotions is extremely important during this alchemical journey. Those are the most important conversations I ever had, was with Marshall that Saturday morning when I've had to make a change and I need to talk about what I'm about to do or what I've done and how I feel so bad about it, where I was before I did it and now how I feel. How am I supposed to live like this? How am I supposed to pick myself up after this? Where am I supposed to go from here? I mean, there's a lot of those. I don't know. I never relook at any of my messages. I try not to. Unless I have to analyze me. When the disillusion card shows up in an oracle reading, it's signaling a time for you to cleanse and wash away emotions that have prevented you from shining your light in the world. Your frequency and vibration, consisting of thoughts and feelings, emanate from your physical body and create the world around you. When we release limiting emotions like fear, self-doubt, and unworthiness, our magnetism and vibratory manifestational power increases. Okay, now we're talking definitely Medusa. Fear, self-doubt, unworthiness. What did you think she felt about herself when she realized what had been done? I'm a servant of God, and look what I've served you my whole life, and look what you've done to me. She was a servant of Athena, and it was Athena herself that cursed her. I did nothing but serve you, and you've cursed me for nothing more than, you know what I mean, for nothing out of for an injustice that happened upon me. You know what I mean? She was slighted of the fact that even Poseidon wanted me. Not the fact that Poseidon took me, but the fact that he wanted me. So then, therefore, she wanted to make sure that no man would want me ever. And turned me into a foul snake. So now I'm afraid of myself, and every time I look at someone, they die. You know what I mean? Self-worth, or self-doubt and unworthiness. As a woman, how does that make you feel to hear that another woman's jealousy about your magnetism caused her to destroy you, and how everybody else looks at you? How many times, and as you men, Pac calls this the ditty. He calls this the ditty, bro. When they really love you, they love you, but because everyone else loves you, they fucking hate you, and they want everyone else to hate you. And they'll do anything to turn people against you. Because you have something that they don't have. Envy, jealousy. Ugh. 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 How many times has that happened to you, men and women? Where somebody just literally, you know what I mean, didn't like, and that's it. It's playing both sides, you know what I mean? Because being the Lilith, it's like, you know, you just hate them for the life that they have, and you're going to do everything to destroy them and take away all their happiness. Because it's unfair that they are who they are. Yeah. This is the second phase in alchemy, involving the planet, the element of water, and is associated with Jupiter. Welcome to Jupiter Day. The planet of spiritual growth. In this stage, there is an emotional cleansing of limitations, trauma, and outdated patterns and belief system. This step cleanses away the ashes that were created from the calcination. What's calcination? The dark night of the soul. It's the tower. It's the first card. The first step is an ego death. Looking at it in a way that you've never seen it before. And for whatever reason, dude, the one with Lewis always sticks out so heavily. Don't get me wrong, it was shocking to see that Marshall really didn't have all the skills that everyone thinks he does. But Lewis broke me, bro. When I saw Lewis on that as a prop in that girl's fucking video, I like to die. I did die. You say more than Russ and, you know, his 818 little celebrate. Something about Lewis coming out like that destroyed my entire perception of this man, and I could not see him. Like, everything I saw him for, I felt like an idiot. Why did you think he was anything more? Look at him. Look at him. You thought he was too good for you. You thought he was rich and famous and sexy and, oh, Mr. Number One. Look at him. He's nothing more than an insecure fucking prop. I couldn't believe it. That one really killed me. It was the middle of the week, and I went to Marshall. I was like, I couldn't believe it. But that's it. It's like, you know what I mean? You'll be thinking a certain way, and then you're like, why the fuck did I... You know, that's going back to it. Why did I think that I was going to marry and have children with Russ? And that goes back to Bobby. Why did you think I would leave my wife for you? That took a lot of work. Where the fuck did that come from? Well, I know a lot of women think like this. Let me try to figure out what the fuck we're thinking. What the fuck was I thinking? Oh, that's right. You know what I mean? Let me explain. There's a lot of those moments where you're like, oh God, I never saw it this way before in my life. Don't get me wrong, the rap god. Listen to that song, I praise that song, I praise that song, I praise that song. And one day I heard it. One day I heard the song and I realized who was actually singing in that song.
What?
It wasn't him. You know what I mean? I was so excited about Abracadabra, but couldn't see that he did exactly what Russ did. He did exactly what he did, just slicker. I was like, oh my God. I mean, there was just so many of these moments. It's like where you think that this person is something, and then all of a sudden you see them in their true color, and you're the one that feels stupid. You wanna erase yourself from the very fucking equation, like you were never there. I hope nobody ever knows. Gosh, they're so painful. So yeah, this step cleanses away the ashes that were created from calcination. While it can feel uncomfortable, it's necessary for you to pull back the societal mask and reveal your true self. And that's where you start asking yourself, like, what were you thinking? Why did you think that way? And you start to understand, okay, I get it. I get why I came. Like, going back to Ali, bro. I was very confused for, like, at least a couple weeks. Is he really gay? Because I was mad and just called him gay. But then I was like, why did I call him gay? Because you think he's gay. Is he gay? I couldn't figure out what I thought and what I felt. I had every reason to believe he was totally gay. I had every reason to believe he was gay. But did I feel like he was gay? Now, if we're going back to Mike Stud, I fucking feel like that guy's totally gay, bro. I feel like it. But then after what happened with fucking Ali, I'm like, maybe this is a pattern, and maybe you're missing something. Maybe he's not gay. Do we have any reason to believe he's not gay? I mean, yeah, who cares that he fucked a bunch of bitches when he was drunk? He had to put it somewhere. But, you know what I mean? Where is he putting it now? What's in his mind while he's closing his eyes? I'm just wondering, bro. And I had, again, many reasons. Russ and I started with that fucking man crop t-shirt. He made crop tops for men in the very beginning. Was showing off his junk. Man, me and Russ laughed. I don't know if Russ laughed as hard as I did, but I never stopped laughing about that. So much that I don't know where the design went. He had to call the design team and tell them that they think he's gay. Is pretty much it. And it just was like, I don't know why a straight man would wear a crop top. He called it the gentleman's crop. He made shirts that cropped above the belly, no, right below the belly button. And then I started to make some sense of it. I was like, well, that makes sense because your t-shirt gets wrinkled right there. But it didn't make sense. I just tried to make sense of it. And that's when he came out and said he was married. I was like, dude, you have a whole beard? Are you lying? Are you fucking lying? Are you lying about your sexuality? Are you lying about all this? And that can go back to Lewis, dude. Lewis loves his boys, bro, in a very open way. And, the British are very, they go to bathhouses and they fucking walk around naked with each other, and they become very normalized in their, their brotherhood, their nudity and stuff. And it's like, what are you thinking about when you're sitting there with your man and his fucking 12-inch cock in your face, and he's like 4 feet taller than you, and you're like, Kevin Hart to fucking... Okay, let's move on. In the sense of, I have viable reasons why I think these things, but then I gotta break down, is there something wrong with me? Or is there something wrong with you? Why? Why do I think this way? Let me explain. I could break it down to where I can convince you to think like I think, just based on the weird things I think, but that's not the point. I'm trying to understand why it works that way. It's very convincing, but that doesn't mean I agree with you. Anyways, the shadow work of this phase is draw yourself a purifying bath. Amen. I told you yesterday, we did a whole teaching on this, with sea salt crystals of your choice, which I did not buy. I actually got some good bar soaps. Allow yourself to soak and meditate on this part of your inner transformation. And that's it, dude. You can do a lot sitting in the water. I tell you all the time, fuckers. Light some incense, light a candle. You could put on music, but it's kind of a little distracting. And just sit in there. A lot happens, bro. You are cleansing your unconscious mind. Sink into the deep waters of your soul to find the answers. And to be honest, I only took one shower today. Took one bath this morning, nice and early, so it might be time for another one. I really don't know. Like, I was fine with it. I told him I was going to go, and then all of a sudden, I didn't want to go. As soon as the sun went down, I felt like I turned to an evil eye, an actual walking evil eye. Like, if you talked to me, I was going to be evil to you. And the very thought of getting in my car and driving out there, I could see every fucking exit off the freeway, and I was just angry about it. It's really not far. It's not a deal at all. I do it all the time, but not today, bro. I do not have it in me. I don't know. I don't know, but it's for real. Alright, so that's our shadow work, is emotional clearing. How's it blocking our light? Oh, it's that Mars guy. Ugh, Mars. On Tuesday. What's the number are you, Mars? 26. Let's talk about your Mars. I think it's a Scorpio.
That's
Mars is... I know she is. Her and Bobby have the same exact birthday. My child was born when your child was born.
Isn't her uncle or something like that?
Oh, yeah, her uncle too. I know. It's all weird. Everything is just weird.
She would spell out baguettes.
It's weird. My mom and your grandpa have... So it would have been your grandmother and your grandfather have the same birthdays. It's all weird. Everybody's born and, whatever. It's all weird. Mars is the cosmic divine masculine and loves to initiate action, lead, compete, and come out on top. If you have felt stagnancy in your life, this card indicates a breakthrough is imminent. I know, it's because Mars is in retrograde till the end of February. When Mars is present, the universe is ready for you to move forward. A supportive masculine, here we go again with this bullshit, figure could also be coming into your life to assist you. It's not that I don't want your help. I just don't want your bullshit. How much bullshit comes with this help? One caveat about Mars's energy, the need to dominate and power struggles can come up right now. See what I mean? It's not you, it's me. I'm not dealing with this. You can't dominate me. I will fucking destroy you, bro, and your ego, and you're probably everything, except for your income, because I don't give a shit about your money. Like, I'm not that type. I don't care. But the rest of you, I mean, don't try it. Very thought. How am I going to do this? I did it before. That's what you don't understand. Okay, granted, I was mentally ill, but I can do it again mentally healthy. Meaning I've submitted. I was married before, and I went through the worst marriages ever, and that's why this is difficult to do again. But if I could do it in that way, I can do it in a good way. It's just, oh God, bro, I can't have anything like it was. And it was everything bad. Everything. Oh God, dude. Taking too long to pay for the gas. You were in there sucking his dick, weren't you? What? Yeah, that's what I was fucking doing, bro. That's exactly what I was doing when I was counting change in my fucking purse. I was bent over sucking his dick. I mean, seriously, that kind of abuse. Like, if I was taking too fucking long. If I said hi to someone. If someone looked at me. I got treated like shit. I got, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do this, dude. I don't want to be treated like that ever again, bro. And I know it's not your fucking fault. But if you fucking flex on me, I swear to God I will lose it, bro. Not the fucking smallest flex. This is a no fucking flex zone, bro. If it's not all like I'm gonna love the shit out of this fucking shelter dog so she don't attack me, then cool. If not, bro, if it's not a full submission to the fact that I'm gonna fucking dominate you, then it's not gonna work. I'll stop being so dominating when I know it's safe. But you're not gonna get me in the safe zone, bro, until you can prove that it's safe for me to be in that zone. It's gotta be a no flex zone, dude. The second you try to flex on me, dude, I'm gonna fucking punch you in your face.
Are we talking about, like, muscle flex or something else?
No, anything. With your fucking pocket, with your ego, with your fucking car, with your fucking anything. Don't you fucking pull your fucking bullshit out on me, dude. Don't you try to make yourself look better than me. Don't you put yourself above me. I'll put you 10 feet under the fucking ground. Power struggles. You're fucking with Lilith, bro. I have the cosmic fucking power of the fucking universe. I will crush you with it. You don't own me. You own your own little stink-ass feelings. If you want to entertain me, that's something totally different. If you want me to entertain you, then I'm telling you what it takes. Full passiveness. Full passiveness. You got to put all that down to deal with me. Why? Because I'll tear you apart, bro. You don't step into the lion's den with a fucking attitude. You don't come into the tiger's fucking pen a fucking hard guy. You go in there with reverence, respect, patience, you know what I mean, humility. faith, hope, and an understanding that this fucking animal will destroy you if you don't fucking treat it right. You got that? Does everybody got that? Okay. I fucking love you. I'll love the shit out of you, but I will fucking devour you if I feel like you're coming at me all crazy like. I don't fucking play with that shit. The need for dominance and power struggles can come up right now. Remember to practice patience. In astrology, Mars is the meaning you tell me what to fucking do. I fucking dare you. Tell me one time what to do, dude. I'm gonna slam your head into the fucking wall. Physically, no, not really. But the very thought of it is like, don't you fucking tell me shit, bro. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You ain't shit, bro. You ain't shit. You're important to who? Don't you come in here acting like you're fucking important. You want to be important, then be important. I need someone that can be that. The rest of it isn't important to me. I'm all that. I'm all you, bro. Can you be something I'm not? Which is what? Kind? Soft? Loving? Can you be all that? Can you be fucking divine feminine? Okay, don't bring that masculine shit. I'm way more manly than you'll ever be. In astrology, Mars is the planet of action, drive, sex, aggression, passion, physical strength, and how we get things done. In Roman mythology, Mars is the god of war. I am the goddess of war, the military, and agriculture. It also rules over the fire sign of Aries and the water sign of Scorpio. Well, right now, I can't stand either of you. I've only met one, and you're fucking filthy disgusting, and you act just like the Scorpio. What is wrong with you guys? Oh, it's because you're part of the same planetary system. You're the exact same planet that all these humans are going to. If you don't board your plane and get the fuck out of my face. That's right, you don't know the guy to get you there. Women and children first, right? Aries, the explosive and physical action-oriented side. You're fat is what you are. That's what you are. You're fat, filled with fucking childhood trauma. While Scorpio represents the strategic and passionately reactive. Bro, he's the most passive fucking bullshit booty whack hamburger helper type bitch I ever did meet. My daughter, same thing, bro. No offense. I know some Scorpios, but not the ones. I mean,
Hey, what did I do?
I'm thinking about, okay, and then you look at Mike Stud. Whole fucking bitch. Whole bitch. Run him over with a choo-choo train, bro. I'm trying to think of it. My daughter, totally passive. She ain't standing up to nobody, bro. No shit. No shit. Bobby, he ain't gonna say shit. He ain't saying shit, bitch. In the sense of represents strategic and passionately reactive side, you three, the top three that I know of, are not strategic or passionately reactive side. I'm just saying. And as far as Aries being explosive, yeah, we saw that in that video. He was a weirdo. Remember that video, Marshall, I sent you? He was being all weird. He's a weirdo. In astrology, it's considered a person... It must be his fucking militant fucking upbringing. In astrology, it's considered a personal planet, meaning that it appears prominent in your outward personality. It can describe how we like to exercise, what motivates us, and how we react to anger. How do you react? Like a bitch? You go run and hide with your feelings and wish you could have said something? You wish you could. When you're doing something that you are passionate about, it increases your manifestational power. That's what I told the girl earlier. I was like, us man-eating... Man-hating is the most powerful energy given to a woman. And you know what the truth is? Is men have to pull from that same power. They can't get as mad as a woman as they do at another man. We both feed off of that real well, right, Marshall? We'll eat a rapper up. We don't give a shit about a bitch, but we'll eat a rapper up, bro. We'll wrap his ass up. Yes. Find your Mars sign in your birth chart and match it to the following list that drives and what drives you. What is that? Find your birth chart and buy the fucking things. Got it? Get it? Good. So it's blocking our light because of, we're feeling very warish. I feel it. How's this affecting others? As if I gave a fuck about you. That's why. Because you're going through a divine feminine awakening. What's awakening? Your bitch-ass feelings. Tried to teach you. You just want to be on your bitch-ass feelings about it. What? Fominach, Hera, all the fucking jealousy, envy little bitches of the fucking planet. Are you being a Lilith? Oh, not the best part of me, I guess. Alright, Eves and Steves and Queeves. What does that say? 14? 44? I can't read. I really need new glasses. Not that I have them on right now, but That's why I'm not really dealing with it, because they're not too helpful at this point. When you receive this card, it is assigned to awaken to your power. Eve tempted Adam to eat from the forbidden tree, meaning he was spineless. He didn't say, no, woman. I'll do what you say, whatever you like, bitch. Why? Because he learned after Lilith that if he didn't fucking submit to his girl, he's gonna lose your fucking girl, bitch. Do what I say, bitch. That's what happened. He was like, oh, I'll treat this one better. You better. Which sparked their awareness of sexuality, good and evil, and the inheritance of the fall of man. And they blamed her. Why? For sharing? She shared her power with him and it's all her fault? Oh, lovely. Sounds very Medusa. Their story could be interpreted as an allegory for human enlightenment, ascension, and divine feminine connection to the spirit realm. This is always very triggering. I'll just take a breath so I don't yell at God like I always do when we get to this part. God created temptation, motherfuckers. He tempted Adam and Eve. He tempted them. He gave them everything and said, but you can't have this one thing. And that's what he does to you all the time. He'll give you everything you need, but tells you to stay away from this one thing, and that's the one thing you keep going for. And that's one thing is what keeps you from enjoying all the rest of the things about life. It's quite lovely how he does it. But anyways, he created the chaos and the nonsense, and if he didn't create the fucking tree, then it would have just been a happy fucking family. Going back to the serpent of the tree. There's no devil. They created a fucking outside entity to use to scare you. There was no devil. There's nowhere in the fucking Bible that it said God put fucking Lucifer into the serpent. Everywhere in all teachings, it's Lilith is the serpent. Lucifer's fall was because he took on God. It had nothing to do with mankind. He gave Lucifer the power to reign over the darkness of mankind. He never fought Lucifer, or Lucifer never fought you. He gave Lucifer the power and a third of the fucking angels. They didn't take it. They didn't win in heaven. They got casted out. And you shall reign over the darkness of man. Fine, if you want to be a god, then you can be a god over man. If you hate them that much, then you can be with the hateful. He didn't curse Lucifer. He made him a god. Odin didn't curse hell. He made her a goddess. There's no fucking truth to that. So going back to it, and that goes back to it, God didn't curse me for what I did. He put limitations, but it was all meant to be. Why didn't he stop me? He stopped man. He literally fucking drowned your bitch asses. He kept like 5 of you alive. He said the rest of you must die. He never killed me. In essence, he guided me to do such things. Talking about the Kali, a whole energy of destruction that can kill and destroy. Take life for the rebirth of life. I mean, like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? This whole situation pisses me off. Going back to the apple. You did this, God. And I had to carry the blame and the shame and the fucking condemnation for all this for eternity. Because you were having a game. Game on. It's not fucking funny. He pisses me off with this whole situation. Why'd he create the tree? Why'd he let me give him the apple? He's all-knowing. He knew what was going to happen when he created the tree. He knew this. From the beginning to the end, it was all written. So going back to you and your sinning ways, bro, he knew you were going to do what you did. He fucking tempted you. There was no fucking devil, bro. God knows exactly what your weaknesses is, and he wants you to be strong. He's not going to take away the desire. You must overcome the desire. I just want to point that out. So going back to this pisses me off. It's like, what did I do? I gave them the knowing. And now you use this stupid knowing in your current situation. This is it. Your awareness of sexuality. Meaning this is a man, this is a woman. This is what a man should act like. This is what a woman should be like. You establish sexuality. You establish the roles of a man and a woman. You decided what was good and evil. And that was the initiation of the fall of man. You became God. You said what was good. And you said that there were things that weren't good. And everything of God is good. And everything is of God. So how can it be evil? You took his power and tried to use it. And you used it in such a funky way. The story could be interpreted, whatever. Eve is tempting you to tap into your knowledge within and become like the god or the goddess of the earth that you are. Okay? I'm not going to read this whole story. Eve obeyed the serpent, took a bite, and gave the apple to Adam to eat. They were both punished by God and expelled from the garden. Of course, like Adam's first wife, Lilith, the creation tale blames and punishes Eve for the fall of man and the first original sin, thereby aligning the feminine with the shame and evil. It was established in that garden who was more powerful. It was established in the first day. I had the ability to leave. I didn't have to follow you. You didn't own me. I had more power than Adam ever knew he had. He was powerless. Look at the stories. What did I go on to do? Everything. My rebellion took me to the edges of existence. His rebellion kept him obedient to a bunk-ass wife. And a bunk-ass life that God washed away. He planned to have such a great fucking lineage, and God washed away his fucking lineage. You know what I mean? In essence, it's like, just going back to the fallen. We perceived them with jealousy because we believed that God loved them more. But he showed us throughout time that it wasn't more. They just had free will. We were created as obedient beings. You were created with free will. We tried to execute that free will. We would always look to man and see, well, these are little gods, so we can act like them because we were created before God. So in essence, we're bigger than them. We're better than them. But we did have to learn from them. So we would try to execute what we learned from the men and women of God. And God didn't like us to play that way. You can only play that way if you're, human. You're not allowed to be that. That's for the humans. So then it became this enticement of, it was this trap. Well, I want to be human. I want to go see what it's like to be God. To have all of God's power inside of yourself. To be able to be God without limitations. Without consequence. But that's not true. The consequence was, forgiven because of Jesus, ultimately. It was a setup. Eve was held up as an example by religious structures to keep women in line and subservient to men. Why? Because look at what happened to Adam when he lost his woman. It's a sad story, and it's really the truth. And they say it all the time. Behind every good man is a great woman. And they'll always tell you, I'd be nothing without my wife. Because they aren't. They can't hold it together by themselves. But then you see all of us women, we can be it all. We can be doctors and lawyers and police officers and lieutenants and we can be PAs, and we can be everything. We'll do it all. But you, the fuck can you do? You do the very minimum. And you want to be praised for it. If the woman is... okay, say you're in a house, right? And you got your husband and your wife, and the wife is removed. The wife dies. We'll just say a nice way. The wife dies. Now you have a single father. Will that father become inherently like the woman? Will he learn how to mother his child? Or will he only be a father to that child? You know the answer. He can only be a father to that child. He can't be the mother to that child. He must find a mother. Now, as we know, with all of us that grew up without a father, can the mother be a father? She has no choice. She must discipline, she must take action, she must protect, she must provide. But somehow she'll lose herself. She'll lose the nurturing, the cuddling, the inspiring. She loses her femininity, having to become the masculine. She loses her softness, having to become hard, having to play your role while you're out there being a bitch. I'm seeing my ex-husband. He posted on his Instagram before I blocked him, he had posted these pictures. He had thousands and thousands of dollars. And, I'm over here trying to chase him for fucking child support. This typical $500 a month that could have changed our lives. And he's posting pictures of it. And then after that, after he doesn't get a rise out of me, he posts a picture with his little hoochie mama. And he's like slapping her ass and shit in his car. He's trying to get a rise. He's trying to be hurtful. He's trying to use his power and control, which is this moment is money, resources. In a domestic violence relationship, they use their resources to control you. You can't get out. If I don't have any money, I can't go anywhere. If I don't have a phone, if I don't have a car, if I don't have family, if I don't have friends, I must be dependent off you. So because I wasn't, he wanted to remind me that he still has everything and I have nothing. He enjoys that. That's what I mean about flex. Don't you fucking flex on me. Don't you tell me what you have. Don't you dare try to remind me of what I don't have. I have freedom. You have fear. Remember that. That's where this goes back. The Oracle card wants you to step out of disempowerment and into who you are as a god or goddess of your reality. And after all of that, he still had the nerve to send me fucking messages, and he'll try anything. Any source of manipulation to get into, our reality. Do not be afraid of your power. Take the apple from the tree. You're awakening and becoming one with your higher self. That's another thing I'm doing too, is I'm a little bit in shock about the magic. It's dangerous. Everybody's scared of me and I'm scared of what it'll do next. And it's just, actually Turning Tide shared a video and I told her, I was like, don't tell me not to freak out. She's like, I don't know. I scrolled to the middle of it and she's like, you're getting these new abilities and you can't turn them off, but you're not supposed to be afraid. It's like, don't tell me not to be afraid. I just ripped a fucking airplane in half. Don't tell me not to be afraid. I've seen this. You don't know what I'm capable of. Don't tell me not to be afraid. Why is he doing this? Because he's getting me ready to use it. The fuck does he want me to use these powers for? I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know why I thought I'd get away with this life without that. Why I thought I'd just be a witness. I thought I would only have to use the magic to protect people. I really didn't. That's the ego death, bro. Why did you think you wouldn't have to fucking work? You're the most powerful magical being. Why did you think you wouldn't have to use your magic? Because I haven't yet. I don't know. I don't know why. I had this imaginary vision that we could do it just through platforms. We wouldn't have to actually fight. I wouldn't have to do that. I don't know. I know. I just didn't think I'd have to use it, and I'm being prepared to. And it's scary. Being a weapon of God is a scary thing. I've been it many times. And that's what it is. It's like, I said it before Christmas. It's like, what do you think they bring the purple badge, the purple heart for? For bigger and badder battles. You don't call the purple heart for a little battle. You don't call the goddess of war not to fight. I'm just like completely in shock. It happened in 24 hours. I was just like, no way. And I don't want to accept that it's gonna happen. It's gonna get stronger. It's like, what are you talking about? You've been teaching magic since the beginning. You thought you weren't gonna use it? No, not really. I thought we were just gonna stop everyone that does. I don't know. It goes back to Callie. It's like, with great power comes great responsibility. If he tells you to swing your sword, if you're his executioner, you don't have a choice. If he tells you to wiggle your fucking nose, or to fucking snap your fingers, or to fucking, you know what I mean, to swing your sword, you don't have a choice. It's not the same. It's not my hand. It's a scary thing. That's all. Adam and Eve. Go back to these idiots. What's the outcome? The divine loyal goddess, Mary Magdalene. Amen to that. Number what? 12? What is it? I don't know what number that is. 19. Dang, I was way off. Mary Magdalene is venerated in modern days as biblical deity for her loyalty to Jesus and a deep spiritual understanding she had of his teachings. When this oracle card appears, loyalty and understanding from others is coming to your life. I'm not denying it. I just don't see it. Relationships are a delicate art of balance, respect, and honesty. I can't see it because I can't see you. All I see is your flesh. How can you relate to me when you don't even know what I am? You don't even know what you are. I had the guy tell me that today. He's like, so what do you teach? I'm like, well, I'm a spiritual teacher and healer. I heal people and I teach them how to do it through spirituality. I'm a seer, which means I'm a medium and a psychic. I can see, dead people, and beyond that, I can see what's coming. I'm a sage. That's part of it, is being able to see that stuff. That makes me all mystical. Medium, I talk to dead people, bro. All kinds, from all different times. I'm a light worker. That means that I work with the beings outside of this planet that are of the light. He said, do you believe in aliens? I said, oh my God, bro. I said, no, I'm just asking. I said, have you not seen them? Have you not witnessed them your whole life? Do you believe in aliens? And it's always that. It's like, I gotta get to some point where you can't, you know what I mean? And I was like, I'm a light worker. And by that means that I'm part of the star system and I'm a star seed. I'm just placed here working for them. All part of God, all different systems. I'm an earth angel is what they describe that, but a fallen one. Right? Is what I tell them. I'm a witch. What makes you a witch? All of the practices. I do magic, bro. I use herbs and oils and fucking all of this. I use the moon and all of the elements to create outcomes. You know what I mean? I told him that. I was like, I'm a yogi and a guru because I can teach you all parts of spirituality, from astral traveling, from leaving your body to leaving your conscious, to healing the body, to all of that. Those are things that are taught by gurus. He's like, what about a shaman? A shaman is nothing more than a person that goes into trance and does mediumship. I told you that's what I do. He said, I'm just a messenger of God. But he's like, so you're all those things? It's like, those are just names of the stuff that I do. None of those things. That's just what you call people, a person like me. But I'm not a person. I'm a fully awoken soul. Meaning I know what I'm a soul having a human experience. I know where I came from. I know how many times I've been here. I know what I did in my past lives. I know what I'm supposed to do in this life. I know everything. People take my, you know what I mean, my vulnerability is naivety, but in the sense of it's just new. I'm not a complete idiot. I'm just ignorant to the first time of experiencing this. I'm very wise, but this is the first time to experience it and gain the, bring my wisdom to this experience. Well, this isn't my first rodeo. It's just a new time to be alive. I've been alive many times. I've died many times. I know what happens when we die. I know where we go. I know everything. Like, really? Like, yeah. That's why, that's what I was telling Taz. It's like, that's why I don't have friends, bro. I'm not like you guys. I try really hard to be human, but I'm not. I have to wear the skin like you. I have to live here with you for another 56 years. I'm not a fucking human. I'm just stuck in a human form. The last time I'll ever do this again. How can you care for me or be my friend or be anything to me if you don't believe anything I say? How can you be supportive of me if you don't even understand that I'm not from here? You can't understand because you don't want to. You don't want to believe it. As many times as I try to explain it, you can't. There's something wrong with your brain that won't let you believe the truth in front of your face. Marshall gets it. He knows that I'm not crazy, that I'm something else. But then your imagination creates all this other. I don't know what it creates. Bobby sat right in front of me. I'm a human. Sort of. The best version of one I can be. Not human like you. Anyways. Medusa was human before she became whatever the fuck she was. What am I now? What have you made me? How am I supposed to live like this? See Kanye? He was something, wasn't he? Before God had made him this. Doesn't mean God doesn't love him. It doesn't mean he's not a good person underneath it all. He's just got to work through the darkness to get back to who he was before this happened. And that's what shadow work is, ultimately. We got to get back to what we were before something happened. It's the ascension, I see it. It's like every time I make all these strides, I get pulled further and further apart. And I beg and scream and cry to pull somebody up there with me. But it's just me.
myself and I.
Me against the world. It's hard to believe this bullshit. You know what I mean? A divine masculine coming in. What makes you divine? Are you just masculine by the skin you wear? You have a masculine ego. You know how to make money. You know how to piss standing up. What makes you a man? Because as much as my body is a woman, I'm all of the divine masculine. So why do I need another divine masculine? It's going to come and try to Eve me. You know what I mean? That's what he wants. He wants a concubine. He wants what all men want. Control, power. It's hard to believe that anyone's coming at me with anything but their flesh. Relationships are a delicate art of balance, respect, and honesty, and you are now realizing the importance of choosing the right people in your life. You are responsible for anyone or anything that is draining you. I told you, all of it's coming to the surface. You're supposed to be... I don't give a shit what you do. Now is the time for you to take responsibility for the people, places, and things in your life in order to make a change. Mary Magdalene is here to teach you that you must fill yourself up before you can give. Be discerning about who you give your devotion to. Mary Magdalene Oracle card is about ending any rifts, strife, or discord you've been experiencing with others. That came up earlier with fighting with, my family. Again, I don't have physical family. I don't care. They're dead. Really, I have nothing to say to them. What am I supposed to say to them? Another pack of rats that don't understand my language. I'm going to teach them about God. Go fucking go to a church. I can't save you. You don't have the mental capacity to understand what I'm saying. You're going to get fucking offended about your shadows. As I said to my sister, you're wearing your 300-pound childhood wounds, which would be your abandonment issues from my mother abandoning you, or perhaps what your father did to you. All things that are your problem, and the second I bring it up, you're going to want to fight me. So go fight God and get the fuck out of my face. That goes back to my little brother who's, crying in a jail cell about his mommy and daddy issues. Back to, my adopted brother who his mom, put him up for adoption, and his dad, completely fucking asked her to fucking kill the fetus, and now he's just here, as an orphan. Like all of you, this is your problems. I'm not wearing your skin. You fucking wear your skin. I really don't. My sympathy is gonna do you no well. Truthfully, the only thing I can give you is truth. A hard truth that you need to face, and you don't want to face it, so stay out of my face. And that's just talking about the physical family. There's nothing to say to anybody physically. Now let's talk about you spiritual fuckers that I have contracts with. The fuck am I supposed to say to you that's any different? I'm supposed to rub your ego, tell you how wonderful it is to see you after you've betrayed this whole situation and been too fearful to make a move. I'm supposed to be excited that you're finally ready to make a move. I might be, but until you make it, there's absolutely no excitement on you. Truthfully. She reminds you that your loyalty should only be given to those you trust. Let me ask you something. Would you trust Russ? When you know his intentions are only to fucking make himself better, that he's going to steal every creative idea that you have, that he's going to use everything that you know to make himself better, would you trust him with your phone, your music, your car, your kids, your girlfriend? Would you trust him in your studio where you went to use the bathroom? Would you leave him with your computer? Would you? Would you trust that man? Funny, right? He thinks he's a great guy, but what about the trust factor? Do you think that Jonica knows the code to his phone after 2 years of dating him? Do you think he trusts her with his phone, which is ultimately his livelihood? That's all his apps. That's his income. That's every little dirty secret is on his phone. Do you think this woman that he lives with has access to him like that? Very good question. Vice versa. Do you think he knows the code to her phone and can go scrolling through his phone whenever he wants? Do you think they have that kind of relationship? Would you have that relationship with him? In the essence, Dr. Dre, did you leave him alone in your studio at any point or time? Did you trust to leave this boy alone in your studio with your equipment? With your files? Did you trust him? Alright. Let's go to Marshall. I'm like real quiet. Is he a thief? No. I don't believe so. What's your problem with Marshall? How much do you think you could say to him before he gets his feelings all hurt and wants to fucking lash out at you? Or run away? He's a silent motherfucker. He sits there all quiet and shit, just taking shit in. How much can he take in before he's gonna snap? Before he's gonna walk out of the situation? Or say something mean? How long can he sit there passively aggressive? Goes back to Lewis. If I'm in an altercation with a bunch of men that are talking shit and I raise my voice to a bunch of men, you think Lewis is gonna step up and fucking have my back? Do you think he's going to back me up? Back my mouth up? Tell these dudes to shut the fuck up and not talk to her like that? You better respect her. You think he's going to put himself out there for me? Am I talking about Lewis or am I talking about all of them? The way I run my mouth. Do you think one of these guys is going to stand behind me? Or are they going to fucking stand way behind me? And let me handle this? Who's going to stand up for me? Who? When I told that dude the other morning, was it yesterday morning? Yep. He said, you need to move your dog. I said, why do I need to move my dog? He said, because I'm scared of dogs. I told that nigga, I said, then don't bring your scary ass up here. He said, bitch, I'll have my wife come kick your ass. And he walked right past me. I'll kick your ass my damn self. Who was going to stand up and back me up? Which one of you were going to back up my mouth? No. Same thing. Don't bring your scary ass up here. Meaning, if he was going to swing on me, would I have took it and swung back, or would you have gotten between us? Or been like, well, that's what you get. You shouldn't be talking like that. Do you have to have a reason to defend me? And can you defend me against any enemy? Because I could do it for you. I'm just quiet. That's what a relationship's about. We're supposed to have each other. We're supposed to have each other's back. We don't ask questions. I got your back. We'll figure this out. We'll bury the body together. Your punk-ass relationships ain't built on none of that bullshit. None of that bullshit. You don't even share bank accounts, let alone fucking passcodes and fucking, you know what I mean? And fucking, battles, tribulations, you know what I mean? Falls and wins. You don't do, When you take a loss in your house, it's you that loses. Nobody's there to take that loss with you. She is reminding you that loyalty should only be given to those you trust. Do you trust any of these men? They look like, great celebrities, but do they look like men you could trust? Like you trust them with your kids, with your car, with your homegirl, with your computer, with anything? Keep an honest man honest. How long would I leave? How long? And that, I gotta be honest, Marshall's nosy as fuck. If I left him in my studio with my music for too long, you think he wouldn't start looking through it? You think he could keep his fucking You know what I mean? His curiosity to himself. In the New Testament, Mary Magdalene is known for witnessing the crucifixion and being the first to see Christ when he resurrected from the dead. In the 6th century, Mary's role was shrouded in sexual sin by Pope Gregory, who started the belief that she was a fallen woman and a shamed sex worker. There is no record of this in scriptures, and in 1969, from the 6th century all the way till 1969, the church admitted that they were incorrect in this belief about Mary Magdalene. They lied about her, until finally they said it was a lie. It was all forgiven. There was nothing wrong with this woman other than her loyalty to his teachings, and you denied her that loyalty in that position. But she was the only one that believed him when he said he was going to come back to life. Nobody else was there. I told you I died twice this life. Do any of you believe that? Are you going to stand by my bedside and wait for me to come back? You're going to go find you another girl. You're going to be on TV doing interviews. You're going to be that fake crier. That fake believer is what I heard. She was yet another misjudged divine feminine deity in the Bible, like Lilith, who was used to keep women subjugated with shame and fear. Mary Magdalene's story is one of empowering feminine leadership and unwavering loyalty. It's important to heal and practice the balance in your devotion. Your radical self-love will allow you to help and give to others. You can't know how to love me unless I teach you. You only know how to love the way that you were taught to love, and that's not real. It's all conditional. And that's what I mean. It's all a flex. If I do this, then you'll do this. That's not how it works. If you're not going to love me just to love me because I need love, then get away from me. You don't understand this. And that's what it is to be in love with twin flames. I love you just because you need it. I don't like loving Russ. I know he needs love. He wrote me a song that said, "Give me love." It's all he needs. Because nobody gives him any kind of real love. It's all fucking fake love in his face. And that's every single one of these men. But when I came to give them real love, they acted like fucking fools. Every single one of them. But that's what they needed. All they needed was love. Same as me. They just needed someone to love them through this. So I gave them everything they needed, and they got through their lives and made it all big. But couldn't possibly give me any love back. They took every bit. And fine, don't give it back to me, but give it to somebody. You're filled with so much love and you can't give it to nobody? Oh, Russ is going to go give it to Jonica. That's nice. That's nice. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I'm just going to get out of these cards. I really don't know what to say. I'm in a dark place. A lot of it is directed towards, them in this whole situation. I'm trying to just close it out and get over it. I'm going through a huge transition right now. Huge. With the magic awakening, it's not very easy. I got one more card. I'm going to do the Kelly card, see what's going on. Kelly brings some light to the situation. Bajra Kali. I can barely see. Number 14. Our royal divine mother knows when to become gentle with our hearts, bestowing sweetness and liberating us from fear. Though you may have faced much struggle and challenge on your path, though it may seem only the most powerful intensity could stem the tide of negativity. The Dark Mother of Grace will conquer the obstacle to your freedom and gentleness. She manifests herself now as Bobdra the Gentle. She will calm the waves of emotion, eradicate doubt and despair, and provide safe and graceful passage through all difficulties. Bhadra Kali, or wish-fulfilling Kali, is an auspicious and gentle form of Kali Ma. She is Kalyani, who gives peace and happiness. She is the giver of windfall and blessings. She appears when a gentle way will best accomplish what is needed. I'm feeling so flushed right now. I'm seeing the synchronicity. This is the third time about inheritance and a windfall. Sometimes we are drawn to Kali because we need her ferocity. Sometimes what we learn as we connect with her is that we deserve tenderness, sweetness, and gentleness, and we have been far too hard on ourselves for far too long. I wasn't hard on me. Kobe was. He made me what I am. I don't know how to be anything less. He taught me what to be. He taught me how to be a warrior. But he didn't love me through it. That wasn't his job. He stood there and watched me and told me I could get through it. But nobody held my hand. Matt came after a while. After a while, Matt came. And he would hold my hand just for a moment. That's all I have is a few moments with Mac Miller on a Monday to make me feel like everything's okay. And then I gotta go back to Kobe and Pac and get back to work. I've never been allowed to be a girl. Only a warrior. Never a princess. Never a queen. Always a warrior. Bhadra Kali reminds us that we are strong enough to be gentle with ourselves. If we've been subconsciously sabotaging ourselves, she softly and deftly breaks the pattern. We no longer need to engage in unnecessary drama under a mistaken notion that it's necessary for growth. There's nothing more to learn from these twin flames. They can only teach you so much about yourself. And once you've learned that, what else do you need to know? Why do you want to know more about them when you realize that they are just the dark sides of you? Sometimes the growth is in choosing to cultivate and apply a kindness, strength, and wisdom needed to disentangle and disengage from drama. It's about finding the inner strength to be true to ourselves in a moderate and peaceful state of being. I can't say it. Rashka Kali, without the protruding tongue, so often associated with the fierce forms of Kali, is an expression of Bhadra Kali, the gentle Kali. Rashka Kali has 2 arms, blue skin, and a gentler expression. She is celebrated on the eve of Bhadra's full moon in May, which streams an abundant and blissful download of amplified grace to earth. Her presence signifies a time when an unusually powerful cosmic wave of spiritual light is very soon to become available to you. Oh, God. I'm like the light. Like a suffering sense of paddling towards the perfect wave, you can attune yourself to this sublime current of divine energy and allow it to lift, guide, and move you. It is a prediction of an imminent, joyful, and significant breakthrough. I'm just filled with so much anger right now. Like, it doesn't, I don't even know what the word is. It's not anger, as you can see, it's not protruding out as anger. It's an uncomfortable feeling. Pessimistic? No. It's not hate. Detest, maybe? At this particular time, greater progress than usual is opening up for you. Rashka Kali is worshipped for protection from epidemics and drought. Wonderful. These are literally the symbolic protections. An epidemic is a mass contagion. They said tuberculosis was out there. There's plenty out there. Go get sick. It can be a swiftly spreading disease of the body, but also of the mind. Fearful collective reactions based on societal conditioning and manipulated through the media can spread like wildfire. Oh, is that the California fires? Or is that Trump on the fucking radio or on the TV again? The collective psyche of humanity is consistently being influenced. Oh, that must be Trump on TV again. There are abundant spiritual sources of goodwill and peaceful, constantly broadcasting divine love to humanity. And there are forces of negativity and mean-spirited disruptive seeking to assort their agendas through the human collective too. That must be Russ. Forces of negativity and mean-spirited disruption seeking to assert his agenda through the human collective. The Kali wisdom within our hearts recognizes fear-fueling energy for what is, no matter if it is dressed up as something else. I just want to go back to it. If he doesn't go on tour, he'll be like the biggest fucking loser. He has no idea how to entertain himself or his time. That's why he's never at home. He has to stay busy because he can't sit with his fucking feelings. He can't sit in that house. He can't sit in the reality of who he really is. So as long as he's keeping busy and dressing up and pretending to be, the guy on stage, then he has an identity. But if he doesn't go on stage, in essence, if he was to put out an album and not go on tour, what the fuck would he do with his life all year? And that's what's panicking him. He couldn't possibly sit still, bro. He's a loser. Not for fucking winter, not spring, not fucking summer or fall. Idiot. He can't stand. Talk about a person that can't stay still, bro. You're like, but truthfully, I could tell you he does nothing but sit there on his phone all day. He's an ain't shit doing motherfucker. Swear to God, he does nothing. Fucking nothing. And that's why he can't stand it, because he sits around, he is nothing. So he has to keep doing something to make himself not feel like nothing, but he is nothing. Nothing he does is satisfying to his nothingness, because wherever he goes, he's just nothing. He goes to a hotel and is the same nothing. Meaning nothing brings him excitement. He'll go out and take his family out to eat, and he'll smile and wave and stay on his phone, but it's nothing. He'll go up on stage and tell everyone how it was the best show he's ever did, but he doesn't feel anything. He'll wake up in the morning, like the only feel he has is negativity. Nothing. He couldn't possibly sit in his house any longer than need be. But in the essence, he doesn't want to go outside. He has no reason to go outside. There's nothing out there for him. There's nothing in there for him. He is nothing. He's going to argue with me. I promise you that. He's going to post all kinds of shit. I'm a top-selling New York Times fucking... I'm a fucking author. I'm a fucking platinum-selling fucking this person. And I have this many streams. And I have... Look at all my cars. And look at all my fucking luggage. And let me take a picture in my closet. And let me show you what I am. It's all nothing, bro. It's what you have been. What are you this year? Nothing without an album and a tour, right, Marshall? Talk about years of doing nothing. 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 Nothing happens in their lives. They just sit around doing nothing, watching and stalking the TV, the internet, sports, people, models. Talk about stalkers, bro. What the fuck do you think Ali does all day with his time? He doesn't have a job. He doesn't have a car. He doesn't have a dog. He doesn't have any friends or family that he cares for. He probably wakes up at what, noon? And then what? Turns on his phone and sits there for 2 hours and then gets up and goes to Sprouts to get a sandwich made by someone else? Then what? There's a whole hour of your day. You did something. You went outside. Now what? What do you do the rest of your day, Allie? Any day of the week, what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing. Yeah, I guess you better get to work. Super funny to me. Liking, suffering, blah, 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 blah. The collective psyche in humans constantly. There is an abundant spiritual source of goodwill, and there are forces of negativity. The Kali wisdom within our hearts recognizes fear-fueling energy for what it is, no matter if it is dressed up as something else. And that's it. He's afraid of being left out. They all are. They're afraid of being the nothing they are. That someone is going to discover they're nothing. Bro, what the fuck do you do all day? You don't have kids. You don't have responsibilities. You don't clean your own house. You don't drive your own cars. You don't go to the stores. What the fuck do you do all day long? Day after day after day after day. How long does it take you to write a song, Russ? Marshall? Like, literally. How long does it really take you to make a song? Is that all that Libra over-analyzing? Or is that the lack of creativity that it takes you so long to put words together and make a song? How long could it possibly take you, Allie, to make one fucking song? Days? And days? And days? Maybe you should get a different career if it's that hard for you to do. If songwriting takes you days, I think that maybe you need to get a different career. Find something to do with your time. What the fuck do you do when you're not writing a song? When, okay, you can't come up with something and you put the pen and paper down. What the fuck is your next move? What do you do with the rest of your life? You play video games? You watch movies? What do you do with your life? What life do you live when you're not fucking forcing it on the internet on us? What are you really doing with your time? There's another one. Royce, you sit around in your wife's fucking face all day long? Like all day just waiting for the girls to get out of school? That's all you do is just sit there watching what? Doing what? What about you, Nate? The fuck are you doing in your house all day with Bridge Fit and those two babies? How come she can get pictures of those babies all day, but there's no sight of you in that house? Where are you all day? Every day. That she's over here posting all this shit all day, every day. Where are you? What are you doing all day? I don't see you making fucking brownies and shit. I don't see you taking those 30 minutes of outside time with the kids every day. I don't see you fucking shopping. I don't see you going to Pilates and shit. What the fuck do you do with your time all day, Nate Dogg? Logic, we know, is playing fucking video games and smoking weed all day. There's no question as to what Logic's doing. It's very simple. It's very logical. He's a fucking whole-ass kid. He's out there playing with fucking Rubik's Cubes, and he's on Discord, and he's smoking weed with his homies all day. We can understand what he's doing. It's not very difficult to understand what that motherfucker is doing. The fuck are the rest of you doing all day? Lewis is playing dress-up and being walked around with a leash around his neck all day. I don't know. no matter if it's dressed up as something else, and knows when and how to say stop. Callie's presence in being I can't say it, commandeers negative forces. Instead of undermining us, we respond to those energies in such a way that our peaceful inner light. Oh, and then there's Wolfman. What a loser. He sits around all day pulling cards for people. Oh God, if I sat around doing that, I just sit there like, are you buying this shit? You really like this shit? What of the 12 signs are you on today? Oh, and now I got some personal readings. You're personally killing me. I'm out of here. That's what he does, bro. He went to he went to the military. He had, like, can you imagine being his parent and realizing this is how he makes money? Is, that he's a whole sex doll that reads tarot. He's a tarot sex doll. What do I call him? A man witch. A man witch sandwich. It's not even a witch, bro. Most of us witches don't even read tarot, bro. That doesn't even have nothing to do with it. We do divination, not through tarot. Sorry, guys. Every time I think I hate you, all I gotta do is look at him and like, well, fuck. I guess you're doing better than this guy. The fuck? You fat fuck. You hit that real well, you fat ass. You got a dad bod and no baby mama. How is that possible, bro? How? That's because you're sitting around all day fucking drinking coffee and reading cards for fucking girls. You're a whole ass bitch out here. I cannot. Thank you, I needed a laugh. I cried too hard. Oh God. Whenever I feel sorry for myself, I have to just look at you and I feel much better about myself. I don't have to put you down. You stay down. Your downward spiral always is a pick me up. Oh God. Oh, this is really good stuff. Okay. Instead of undermining us, we respond to those energies in such a way that our peaceful inner light increases. That was increasingly great. We become increasingly skillful in directing our attention. I'm sorry, I'm laughing so hard. Intention and action along product. What's grosser than Russ? Wolfman. What's grosser than Russ? Wolfman. Just when I thought it couldn't get any worse, you found this guy. He's pretty gross. In the levels of desperation for attention, on a scale from Russ to Wolfman, where are we on this meter here? He wants to meter. I mean, seriously, in the sense of, okay, let's throw a Lewis in there. Let's throw a fucking wild card. Which one of these guys is reaching hard for the attention of the public? Which one's reaching harder? Anybody? Who's your money on? This is better than the Super Bowl. I gotta see this. I know who wins the Super Bowl. This is stupid. Who wins this argument? Who is out here trying harder than the other? Who does the award go to for the best acts of desperation and attention? Is it Lewis, who's very much keeping up to date with his posty post? Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. Is it Russ, the icon of the economy of look at me? Or is it the new guy? What's behind door number 2? Who's all, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. You look at me, motherfuckers, and you wonder why I can't stand looking at you. Hey, does this resonate with someone? Do you know someone like these guys? Can you imagine having to live your life with these kind and not, like, can you imagine why I'm this angry? I didn't choose these guys. God chose. And I don't like his, I don't like the choices God has made in my life. I think you could do better, God. I'm just saying. And you look at Marshall, you're like, Marshall's... Does you think Marshall needs anything more than attention and love? You think he's not begging for it too? I'm just really quiet. Like, I'm waiting for someone to argue this with me. That's all they want. Only through our darkness are we connected. That's the only reason I can have consideration for you. So you're as weak as I was. Keyword is was. Meanwhile, you're on a weekly basis. Alright, anyways, the presence of negative influence does not need to be denied or decried. It does need to be acknowledged without one becoming overly interested or engaged with it. Callie promotes fearlessness and confidence because she knows how to use all energies, including negative energy, to promote light and awaken a blissful freedom within the soul. The oracle indicates that your heart has the wisdom to transform even the most negative experiences into a source of healing and freedom, which I show you how to do when I'm coming from my heart. You will not be negatively influenced by others. Although powerful in effect, your healing path shall be gentle. I don't feel like this is a very gentle ride at all. Another expression of the gentle side of our Dark Mother is Shama Kali, the peaceful blue goddess. Her presence teaches us that it's not always effective to fight fire with fire or try to overcome force with a greater force. Her wisdom is that of gentle nature, able to calm, disarm, and diffuse. There is not always a need to try and grapple and conquer. Sometimes the need is simply to let go. What if I was powerful enough to make it go away, guys? What if I was powerful enough to erase the contract? If I could take you out of the contract and you're not bound to me and you're not bound to this destiny and you don't have to do any work, you can go on about your basic bullshit life and I'll no longer mention you. And you're no longer called upon, but you're no longer welcome either. What if I could really make it go away? Would you want to? Would you want me to go away? Would you want this calling on your life to really go away? What would you be if God never came to you? And if he left you alone? Right, Kanye? What if God never came to you? If I could wave my wand and you could go back to never meeting God. You go back to Kim and your kids and all this shit. It goes all the way back, right? What if we go back? If I could wave my wand and we go back and you never met God. And you continue without God. You never woke up. You never heard these words. I never met you. You never met me. We never talked. What if I could literally take it away from you? Like God does my memories. What if I could take it away? Would you want me to? Do you want me to really go away? Do you want this calling to go away? You want this work to go away? You just want to go back to sleep? You want me to put you back to sleep? And you'll forget about me? And you'll forget about all of this? And you can just go on living your life, selling records, becoming old, being powerful, going to late night parties, accepting awards, dressing in expensive shit, and not feeling condemned about it? If I can make all this go away, you want me to? Have you ever thought about that? If you actually got what you wanted, and none of this ever happened. I guess in your condition, there's nothing to gain, so you wouldn't want anything. I've gained too much to make it go away, but you've done nothing but lose. Let me see what I can do. I never thought about it. I never thought about it in that way. I always wanted to break the contract for my own self-gain, to just be free. But what if I was able to reverse it? If I did it out of self-sacrifice, it could work. If I did it for the betterment of someone else, and not just my own gain, it could work. If you truly wanted it, and I was willing to sacrifice my hopes and dreams and my love for you so that you could be happy, it would work. Not that you would really know happiness, but if I put the intentions, like I'm willing to let this go forever. I'm willing to sacrifice my own needs, wants, and desires for them, for the betterment of them. It could work. That's the special ingredient. It's selflessness. If you put selflessness into it, it'll always work. Because you did it for someone else. So it's made for someone else. What if I made it go away? There's nothing I can't do. I just need to know how to do it the right way. I said we couldn't break the contract, but we can make it go away. How? Park. Park. I promised to take their contracts for them. I promised to do their work. As long as they promised to stay here with me while I did it, they wouldn't have to do it. What if I just take the work away? I'll just do it by myself. It's causing too much pain. Hoping that you're going to help. Why don't I just eliminate the help? It's too much pressure for you, and it's too much pressure for me. You're dragging me down. I can't just go forward because I'm waiting for you to catch up and help me. But what if I eliminate the need for your help? What if I eliminate you and your position? I say that if I change the timeline and I no longer need you. I can't change you, but I can change me and my contract. If I don't need you, then I don't need you. Hmm. I'm like, am I thinking about one or all? I'm thinking about all. Like, can I do this? I don't know. If I can take on their life contracts, then why can't I take on yours? And you just be done with your life. Meaning, I don't know, like, you're not necessarily gonna die, but your life has no purpose or meaning to me. You can just go on living your shitty-ass life whatever way you want. It doesn't have purpose. What if I take away the purpose of your existence in my life? What if I create a new reality? That's it. I might be holding on to the old reality of what it was supposed to be before we stepped into this. It was supposed to look like this, but it doesn't look that way. Maybe I'm trying to force it to look like something it's not. Not accepting that you're not capable of being these people. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Again, it comes down to free will. Like, God can give you all the strength, but if you don't have the will, you don't have the power. You know what I mean? There's no willpower. There's no power. He didn't want me to give up on you in the beginning because he wanted me just to believe. That was all about belief. So believing that, you know what I mean, that your free will choice has taken you, that you choose of your own free will, is different from believing that you don't have it in you. It's all how I choose to believe this, how I choose to, write this story. It was written for me, but I have an ability to rewrite it. It was supposed to look this way, but it doesn't look like that. I can make it look whatever way I want. You don't need me. I've created this need for you. I mean, yeah, I guess you need me to heal you, but it's not working, so who cares? In the sense of, you're not healed. But in the sense of what I needed from you, I'm not getting it either. So, what if we reestablish what it is I needed? Do I need you to spread my word? Do I need you to be a witness or a walking testimony? When I am all of those, maybe I just need to make my voice louder than yours instead of depending on your voice to help. Because that's all I'm depending on is your voice. But you have no voice. And what comes out of it is lies and destruction. So how am I creating a reality that you're going to help me when you don't have the power to do such things? You choose of your free will to not even incorporate such power into your life. Something about that let go hit me hard. Where was that? Where was that? Sometimes we need to simply let go. Nothing rightfully yours shall be denied to you. What use are you of to me? What do I really... it goes back to Bobby. The one thing I want from you, you can't give me. I want your healing and you can't give it to me. I want your voice and you can't give it to me. I want your truth and you can't give it to me. So, is it you that I want? The simplicity of this can confuse those who have learned they need to pick up any gauntlet thrown by any person at any time. Just because another has created a reality for themselves and is attempting to draw you into it does not mean that you must participate. See? I'm on to something. This is my reality. This is my world. There was a space created for you in it. Because I have a desire for you to fill a space in my life. You have the divinely granted gift to choose where to invest your energy. Be strong so that you can know gentleness. Say the following prayer. Out of fire of divine wrath, your gentle form energies emerges, calming the raging waves of emotion and disturbed fluctuations of mind, and settling myself beneath the fiercely compassionate and tender gaze. I can't take away your memories, but I can take away mine. Your fiercely compassionate and tender gaze. I find steadiness, kindness, and peace in the eternal moment with you. I am no longer afraid. Vajra Kali, Rashka Kali, Shama Kali. My heart softens as I take delight in the realization of your generosity and sweetness. With humble mind and willing heart, I bow before you, ready to receive with gratitude, love, and wonder at your divine beauty and kindness. You are the unscripted creativity of the gentle yet unyielding divine workings for the greatest good of all. Hai Ma Kali. If you wish, you can complete your sacred invocational ritual with a Kali dance. This may be done with or without music. Say the following mantra repeatedly, singing or whispering it as you allow your body to move with gentle and loving expression. Bhadra Kali Hama Kali. I heard myself saying something like this. I thought it was tongues in the shower. What was I saying? It sounded like a rabbi. Let me see if I can pull it back out of wherever it came from. Something like Ashanavan Balasan. Ashanavan Balasan. I don't know. Something like that. It started like that. It was a chant, and I was saying it in the bath. Ashalavan Balasan. And then there was something else. Ashalavan Balasan. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's Jewish. I don't fucking know. It just started coming out of me. And there was something else that came out of it. Bhadra Kali Hama Kali. That's not what it was. Feel, intend, or visualize the Kali within your heart, shining, loving, and blessing. All your arms and hands to express fluid, perhaps slow movements as you chant, finishing your prayer dance of Kali with your hands resting over your heart. Take a moment to imagine, intend, or visualize that the beautiful, loving blessing you have begun to generate is shining as a golden light within you, reaching out for the spiritual benefit of all beings, a glorious light in the darkness. When you are ready, imagine sealing yourself in the light in her presence. You are blessed and protected. Now place your hands in prayer and bow your head in thanks. You have completed your sacred invocational ritual. Well, I said it the whole time. I was going through a dark, raging wave. And she came and that she would bring peace to it. And she did. The next page, I'm just seeing 99. Well, let that be a lesson to you that we create our own reality based on our thoughts. We can choose to think differently, and therefore we can create a different reality. But you have to force different thoughts into there. I've always thought this way about this situation. But if I choose to think differently about it, I can create a different outcome about this situation, is what I just came on to when I was talking about, you know what I mean, the twin flames, trying a different method of removal. In the essence, I kept trying to push him away, and that wasn't going to work. And I kept trying to run away, and that didn't work. So all I did was find a different way, and we're going to try a different way. In essence, again, it's draining. They're draining my life essence, hoping in them. Putting any hope into them is draining my life essence. It's nothing more than discouragement. Imagine getting your hopes up every day only to have them let down every day. You've got to find a way not to go through that kind of mental torture and emotional torture. So what are we doing right now? That's our shadow work at hand. I'm going to figure out a way to eliminate these guys. Because realistically, what is their power? I'm trying to give them my power. They have no power. They can't create positive music. They can't speak positively. They can't alchemize their feelings. They can't face their feelings. They can't face humanity. They're not leaders. They're fucking followers. I'm trying to make them me. How is raising another me going to make me happy? In essence, if I got them to be like me, how is that going to be good for me? I don't need another me. So stupid. This that moment. What the fuck was I thinking? Oh, that's right. God gave me this idea and I ran with it way too hard. Created my own reality based on one vision. I mean, think about it. That's what I'm doing all day. I'm trying to make them me. Do I really love you for you if I don't like you? And all I'm trying to do is make you me? In essence, I'm trying to give you the powers that I have, so I'm trying to make you me. But if I don't like you the way that you are, do I actually like you at all? Do I even like Marshall the way that he is? Funny how everything went real quiet. Or I only like the idea of what he's going to become. We've made it very clear I don't like Russ. But I love the idea of what he'll become. Will he become that? Is he becoming any of that? Are any of them becoming? Or am I sitting there all day watching a pan, you know what I mean? Trying to watch a pot boil. Smoke and mirrors. Are they really anything different than 3 years ago? They're not doing anything different. They don't look any different. They don't talk any different. They don't walk any different. They're just older. Allie's not any better. Logic. Marshall just talked a lot. That's all he did, though. He studied it and applied it. That's all he does. Same as fucking Russ. He listened to it and put it into an album. Same as fucking, you know what I mean? Steve, Todd, Mike, whatever your fucking name is. That's all you do. You don't physically have the mentality to actually be anything more. And I keep getting mad because you're weak individuals with low conscious vibrations. So if you go back to it, Royce actually literally wasted a whole year. He has nothing to show for his year. Not healing, not change, not nothing. None of them have. But it's not just 1 year. I came to them over 2 years ago. Every week, every day for 2 years. You can't put greatness into someone. You can't make them something they're not. These men are nothing. They're a bunch of washed up rappers and singers and songwriters and Lewis. Who doesn't qualify as a singer or songwriter. He's nothing more than a prop boy in somebody else's song, which he made very clear in that video. Houston, we have liftoff. I want to see you in a light you don't stand in. That you don't fit. I want to see something other than you. Is what we're talking about. Because I don't like what I see when I see you. Is there anything wrong with you? No, it's me. Everybody loves you. You have plenty of fans that love you just the way you are. Again, I'm not that girl. And forgive me for thinking that you should be anything more and not accepting you the way that you are. Apologies. I have a higher standard. Higher than Stan or that turd. I mean, realistically, that's what I'm looking at here. Is like, what the fuck were you thinking? Well, I thought one day they were going to heal and be able to do what I do. They're not you. They're not healing. They're not doing what you do. They can't do it. Nobody does it. Thanks, Nate Dog. Let me take another sip of my drink. We're going to work on that. Knowing you have a problem is part of the problem. Taking action on that problem is a whole nother thing.
That's emotional.
It's just reprogramming. It's reframing this. It's seeing it for what it is. What is it? I don't really like you. I don't really want you. I just got stuck with you. And I keep thinking I'm stuck with you, but I'm not. I stuck myself with you. I can unstick this situation. If I can change the way I think about it, then I can change what it is. I never thought about it until now. Welcome to the awakening. That was a 2-hour wake up. That was a wake up call. I'm out of here. Later, haters. Oops, wrong button.
I made this bestie, and now we're sharing emotes and stuff.